So Ferrer will open with the service. '15th seed, ranked 15 in the world, 4 career titles. David Ferrer, if you don't know much about him, very accomplished player, and he's had a good year.
Ferrer's 4 titles that you spoke of, one of those on hard court this year in Auckland, all the others on clay. Bostad, Stuttgart in 2006, and Bucharest in 2002. And if you don't think he can come forward, you're wrong. He can definitely come in. He can take the ball early, and he can rip it.
And he's a decent volleyer, too. He's an accomplished player. Of course, they each know everything about the other guy's game. Kind of like looking in a mirror here, so it'll be the greater skill that prevails, and you have to give that edge to Nadal, but one never knows.
Well, I think when you look at the draw, if you're a player, there's probably 2 guys you don't want to play, and they're both right here. Because they just don't give you anything.
Ferrer quickly up to 40 love in his opening service game. And a good hold for Ferrer.
Well, they have met already once this year, but that was on clay. The last time they actually met on a hard court was all the way back in Miami in 2005, and Nadal won that 4-3. So Nadal has had Ferrer's number as of late, but Ferrer goes into every match believing that he can win.
Well, that's a great attitude, and he's taken a set in a couple of those matches, right back in Stuttgart and in 2004, and then one of the matches they played in 2005 at Rome on the clay.
And the other thing about Ferrer, he used to be thought of strictly as a clay court player, but we know that's not the case any longer. He's good on hard courts. He's good on the grass at Wimbledon now.
Well, what's been fun to see over the years, when you think about it, when the Spaniards wouldn't even come to the grass at Wimbledon, is that virtually all of them now are giving it a go on all surfaces, and while they may still be best on clay, more than a couple of them have now learned to become very competitive on the hard courts and on the grass. And it's long.
And one of the reasons for that, Tim, is obviously the surfaces have slowed down tremendously. We know about the
even
hard
the grass.
courts. Yeah.
Even the grass. Yeah. 15 love Nadal. Well, that was a colorful point.
Yeah, that's not the kind of point Ferrer wants to get involved in, though, where he gets toyed around with. Nadal using the nice drop shot and then great hands with that little lob volley. And Nadal really possesses some soft hands. The volley has improved an awful lot. We saw that at Wimbledon.
And we're seeing the speed of Ferrer. I mean, look at that. It looked like the Energizer Bunny on that one, and so he's going to be chasing stuff down. 30 love Nadal. It's a good serve. Quickly to 40 love for Rafael Nadal. This is Nadal's 5th U.S. Open. Best performance was last year when he got to the quarters and lost to Mikhail Yuzhny, a Russian player.
And Yuzhny was really able to take apart Nadal's forehand in that match. Nadal standing well behind the baseline, taking some big swings, and Yuzhny was able to boss the points around. But Nadal's playing in closer to the baseline this year. And there's the forehand. See, it's a bigger swing than the backhand, which is so compact. And as the ball comes at you quicker, well, then sometimes you expose, you know, that big swing.
Yeah, he takes a major league circular cut at it with the forehand. 40-15. Serve, and he got the short ball easily and has his first game. One apiece here in the first set.
Well, I heard Roger Federer say something very interesting about Nadal. Nadal at 21, Federer believes will improve more because he's younger than Federer will improve. So Federer believes he's pretty much hit a peak compared to Nadal, having a lot more opportunities to get better.
Well, that's interesting, but observers of Federer would say, what could he possibly get better at? Well, is there anything left to improve?
Yeah, Nadal would say his serve, his first and his second serve. And then
no, I mean Federer.
Oh, for Federer's standpoint.
I'm saying from Federer's standpoint, he doesn't expect to improve because there's nothing to improve.
Well, the one thing Federer does feel he could get better at is getting into the net, finding a way to get in there and be more available to volley, something we haven't seen him do a whole lot on the European clay.
No, that's true, but I don't think it's because he doesn't know how. I think that's more kind of circumstantial with him, because when he really needs to step up his game, you find him in there more frequently. Crucial situations. He can do everything. Well, good. That was a good effort there by Ferrer. Leave that ball a little shorter. Make Rafa run farther. 30-15. So far, the signs are good for this great athletic Nadal. It looks like he's moving very well. Game apiece at 30-15, opening set. It's long. 40-15. Good hold for Ferrer. We're on serve at 2-1 here in the first. You know, I think the little rituals are kind of charming and add some interest. But what's I don't mean just about Nadal. I mean, you know, lots of the players, men and women. That's long. But what's, I wonder if this is getting to you as it's getting to me. There's this almost automatic 100% by 100% of the men players particularly, that they'll go to the towel whether they've hit a ball or not. Yeah. You know, one shot, whatever, 1 point, and they're chasing the ball boy around, or he's having to chase them around to give them a towel. That's getting old. You either put a rule in, no towels out there.
Well, they have 25 seconds in between points, and they're taking advantage of it.
Well, you know? No, I understand that part of it, but I mean, you'll see it in.
Oh, it's happening. Regularly.
Yeah.
Need it or not need it.
Yeah, exactly. Just a little mild rant I'm throwing in there. See if tennis fans agree with me at all.
There's the off forehand by Nadal. That's the shot that is so tough to defend against, because you're not sure if he's going to pull it up the line or go out.
Exactly, so beautifully disguised. And he's so strong. 30-15. Long.
Really constructed the point well there, David Ferrer. Pounding away at the backhand and continuing to pound till he got the short ball, and then he wasn't afraid to come forward. And he's going to have to try to do a few things differently tonight.
Yeah, I think he's the first to know what you do. I mean, it's like Lopez going after Federer in that first set. I mean, he just let it all hang out, and it was very effective for a set. You give him great credit for sticking with it.
Just couldn't sustain that level of play.
Well, no, and not only that, Roger figures it out, especially that the lefty serve that doesn't look at all like Nadal's, and it took him a little while to get the timing down, and then Roger was being Roger. But I thought it was a terrific effort on Lopez's part. .40-30, game point to get even at 2.
Nadal really juicing that serve. That one 125.
Yeah, it's like everything else he works so hard at. It's just he improves everything. Seems almost daily. That's long.
See, that's the situation where Ferrer just trying to do a little bit more than normal because of Nadal. Comes out of the comfort zone, makes the error.
Well, Doug, you've been around tennis a long time, and people talk about how guys prepare and train, and who works harder and who eats better and who stays up late and who goes to bed and all those things. Have you ever heard anybody spoken more about his work ethic and training than Nadal?
No. Absolutely not.
I mean, the stories are almost mythical already about the hours that he will put in.
Well, I've seen him do it.
And his determination to stay and work on one particular thing until he feels he's made an improvement. Fantastic.
Well, I'll tell you, that's why I was surprised that he pulled out in that Cincinnati event. Remember, he came off of the loss in Montreal. He got to Cincinnati early. He worked very hard the first couple days there for several hours each day, sometimes 2 sessions. And when he got out on the court against Juan Monaco, for some reason the body just gave out.
Well, it was a cute idea, but couldn't pull it off. But I'm watching him move because I feel like I've got the same stake every tennis fan has to see him not go out of here unless he's beaten out by a player who beats him on by playing better. It looks like he's moving great to me.
No problems.
Beautifully balanced and no hesitation. It's great to see. 30 love Ferrer. 360 there. Oh, nice touch on that. Good stop volley from Ferrer. He's showing he's got game all court.
Well, the other thing is this approach isn't particularly good, but he still has Nadal off the court, and then he anticipates. He guesses where that ball is going to go, and that's why he's able to move forward and hit the drop volley.
40 love.
Well, Nadal had Ferrer on the string, and Ferrer was able to turn it around.
Sure did. That was a great backhand shot. So hold it love for Ferrer. And he's up 3-2 here in the first set.
Well, we talk about the great Federer, the guy who's the Baryshnikov on the tennis court. But Nadal, how great do you have to be to stay for 111 straight weeks at number 2?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. Yeah. On serving the first, 2-3. His buddy Ferrer shown to be difficult to break. The early going. Brian Early, tournament referee.
right away tonight, Nadal's serve giving Ferrer a lot of trouble. Ferrer normally an excellent returner of serve, but Nadal's got it cooking close to 70% and only has lost 3 points on his serve thus far. How's that for some feel at the net?
Gorgeous touch, and nothing wrong with the wheels tonight.
Nadal just spreading the court, keeping Ferrer on the run, and then sensing that he's got control of the point, and he moves forward right away. He's come in 3 times, has won all 3 of those points. I love that little slice backhand volley because it's safe.
Backhand missed to 40-15. Neither server has been threatened in the early going through 5 games. I think 2 of Ferrer's have been at love. There's a good serve there, stretched him out, return long. The hold for Nadal. 3 apiece opening set.
Yeah, you know, you never like to look too far into the draw, particularly if you're a player, but I'll tell you what, whoever comes through this match has a big, big edge in that quarterfinal, because that's Juan Ignacio Chela. And so this match really a great opportunity to get into the semifinal.
No question. And no disrespect to Chela, but I would agree with you. I think either one of these guys would figure to get past him. Then he had to go 5 today. Oh, that's discouraging.
How's Nadal moving right now?
Ferrer made a good play, and most guys wouldn't have gotten anywhere near the ball.
And first he lunges on the forehand, but here's the shot that he pulls off time and time again. It's that backhand from way behind the baseline where it looks like he's fully stretched out, but because he's a natural right-hander, he's able to get that extra control and whip from the right hand. I wouldn't come in on the backhand too often.
Love 15. See how he plays this point, trying to get himself a little closer to a break opportunity. Whoa, that's great again from Ferrer.
And he worked over the forehand that point, stayed away from the backhand. Gets him out of position, then goes right back behind him. A smart play, because it's tough to change direction.
It's kind of fun that they know each other so well. That trying to trick each other is that much harder to do. So, and I'm sure satisfying when they pull it off.
There's Uncle Tony and Carlos Costa on the right, Nadal's manager. Oh, that's just a spectacular volley. He kept the body going forward, and you can see the weight of shots on those forehands. When Ferrer drops the ball short, he is in big trouble. And Nadal so confident now coming in. Look at how he just throws his body into that backhand volley.
Beautiful look. .30. Little look here for Nadal. Oh, great shot. Now he's got the break points. First of the match, 15-40 at 3-all.
Again, the backhand doing some serious damage. On the run, can just hit extreme angles. And someone even as fast as Ferrer can't run that ball down.
And we've seen how quick he is. Oh! Oh, man. Ferrer ought to make him buy a lot of beer for doing that to him.
You play with fire, you get burned.
Oh, but that was, I mean, he made a good shot, Ferrer. I mean, not many guys would have got there. And if they got there to make that kind of a shot, when they did, that's a little rare. I think he's got the game even now to win it. He's just got to have it all together on a given day and have his opponent, if it's Nadal, not be playing like Superman himself.
Well, you know, it's really hurt Federer the last couple of years is the days that they've played in those finals. It's been so hot, and the ball's just sliding. Federer's best play on the clay is like the Hamburg surface, where it gets nice and heavy and a little bit slower, believe it or not, because then the ball doesn't bounce away from him.
Well, we just all hope they'll have some more opportunities to test the case. 15-love Ferrer. Got it.
I'm really surprised right now, Tim, that Ferrer continues to try to play and break down Nadal's backhand, because he's been able to hit that shot like a laser cross court thus far.
Very consistent. 15-all. Nadal with a break. 4 games to 3. First double by either player.
And it's interesting how it's so difficult most of the time to consolidate that break of serve. You work so hard to get it. It can slip away just as quickly.
Well, little opportunity for Ferrer. Let's see what Nadal comes up with to get back on track. Ferrer had that serve nailed. On the line. He used the net cord to help himself with that shot. 30-all.
Sayonara.
Another well-placed serve.
Tim, it's points like that when you haven't beaten someone since 2004. It just comes down to a few points every set. And look at how Nadal responds to those big points.
Point from 5-3 now for Rafael Nadal. And he's got it there. So Ferrer up against it here now, serving at 3-5 in the opening set. Round of 16. Winner goes into the quarterfinal to face Juan Ignacio Chela.
Nadal has never been past the quarterfinals here at the U.S. Open.
And no one's more aware of it than he is. Good deep return had Ferrer scurrying along the baseline. He couldn't keep his in. Love 15. Just out, they'd say at the public park.
Great overhead.
Yeah, well done. 15 all.
Well, he's not tall, but he's sure feisty. Only 5'9".
Yeah, he's a real scooter out there. As he said, he's had himself a very good year. 48 wins, 18 losses in match play. A couple of victories, tournaments. But really good feet. Another example there. 30-15.
Well, here's the shot that no one had 20 years ago. The inside-out forehand, and now everybody has it.
Except me.
I can name you a few more.
Ace from Ferrer. Whoa, get out in front of that. So the hole for David Ferrer. He gets to 5-4. Nadal will now serve for the first set. Rafael Nadal. Serving for the first set, 15-love.
Look at him go up and reach up for that ball. Doesn't throw it too high, but make sure he hits it at its apex. That's all you need to do.
It's that simple, is it?
Well, what's remarkable to me is Nadal claims he doesn't lift weights.
That is remarkable. On the other hand, a lot of athletes in these kinds of sports, like swimmers and boxers in the old days, and even now, really, the majority of them, you don't want to mess with weights. You feel you need the long muscles, and they should be supple and so on. So he's either just got the gift here, or he's hit 8 million tennis balls. And that, probably the latter is the more correct thing. You smash them like he does, and you hit as many, you can build your muscles. Got the line, Ferrer. Got that one. Nicely done. Forehand down the line to 15 all.
Well, it's all about getting those feet in position, and Ferrer is always in constant movement. And then watch the hip and shoulder rotation and the heavy swing below the ball. That's what brings that top spin into it. The ball almost reacts like there's a magnet on it.
Good rally for Ferrer, and Nadal unable to keep that one in, 15-30. Little peek here at a critical point of this first set. Ferrer. Nadal will try to close the door here. (15-30) at 5-4.
And those are the shots that just kill you. You get a second ball, you're up 15-30. All you want to do is get the point started, and it's a freebie. And he just cannot believe that he missed that return.
Another second serve to look at here at 30 all for Ferrer. And he missed his opportunity again.
Someone that you're very familiar with, Tim, John Barrett used to call David Ferrer a pair of legs with a tennis racket.
Yeah, that's cute. You're certainly aware of his legs. He's moving them all the time, and he can run like a deer. Set point, second serve. Nadal at 5-4, 40-30. Well done. He outlasted him on that point. Put some miles on Nadal's sneakers in the process.
Once again, Ferrer going to the backhand, having to come up with an amazing little drop volley. I don't think he could have made it that good if he tried, and then he responded again with the little angle with Nadal at the net. That is by far the best point that we've seen Ferrer play tonight.
Absolutely terrific. Gets him to deuce. Just all he could do was kind of hack at that little half volley, and then he reacted so well to get to the ball for the winner. That certainly gets a rise out of the crowd. What a job by David Ferrer. I mean, they were both great on the point, but Ferrer was just all over the place, and he winds up almost justly with the winner.
Look at the hands of Ferrer, just deadening that ball.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Making the ball stop. Don't tell me this guy isn't a good, efficient volleyer.
Boy, no question.
Under extreme pressure.
So a break point. Nadal had set point, and now Ferrer will try to push this to 5 all. And he does. We're at 5 all in the first to break a piece. You know, Doug, I was about to say before that exquisite point won by Ferrer that after he had made the winning shot in the previous point, that we're at Federer, having gotten the crowd into it, made a great play. Federer would frequently fire an ace there to cool out the whole scene. Nadal is still unable to do that consistently, and his serve was ordinary. In fact, he wound up with the second serve and then wound up, facing 5 all of a sudden. But you have the feeling that, again, because he works on everything, that ultimately he'll wind up with a superior serve. He's not quite there yet. That's long.
Well, he doesn't get the free kind of points that Federer's able to get on his serve, and this year Federer's done it even more so than ever before. Federer's game becoming more and more, in my mind, like that of Pete Sampras.
Challenge here on an out call. And it is long.
But that's a tough thing, Tim. Obviously, as you get older, you want the points to end a little bit quicker. And you need to get free points on your serve, and that's another tough thing for Nadal. Leighton Hewitt went through the same thing.
Well, yes, and it does become that kind of statement, though, to remind somebody you're not at my level. You know, okay, so you made a nice play, nice going, crack, boom. One guy's taken, you know, whatever, 20 shots to get his point, you get yours in one, and you've got the point back. I mean, and those things are mentally exhausting to the guy on the receiving end. Good deep drive by Ferrer. Solid work by David Ferrer, and a couple of errors now by Nadal.
Well, what those free points do is they really deflate your opponent.
Sure.
And that's what Roddick had going for him back in 2003. Find himself down ad point, was hitting aces not only off of first serves, but off of second serves.
40 love, Ferrer to go 6-5 in the first. Oh, and a bad miss there. So now Nadal has to serve and hold to get into the tiebreak here in the first set.
And that's the one opportunity that Ferrer has in this match. When he gets a look at his second serve, he has a chance to do some damage. Nadal only winning 50% of those points.
Yeah, that was a little loose on the forehand. $15 love. Did better on the first serve return. 15 all.
I'd like to see Nadal use that serve a little bit more, that kick wide out to the forehand. Even if the ball comes back, typically the court's going to be open for him to hit into the other corner. There's Rafa's dad.
Well done, Ferrer again. I would think Rafa's dad would be thinking, you know, it's one thing to see my son lose, I don't like that, but to lose to another Spaniard, that would really drive him nuts. Long way to go here. 30 all, 5-6. The number 2 seed being tested here by David Ferrer, David Ferrer. That's out. So a point from the tiebreak.
We saw Rafa's dad, Sebastian. On the other hand, David Ferrer calls his coach his second father, Javier Pilas.
They've been together a long time, I assume, then.
Yep. Since the 13 and under championships.
Really? No kidding. Huh. It's like Brian Barker with James Blake. That's wide. We're in the tiebreak. Opening set. First to 7, you must win by 2. Ferrer will have the first service point, then they'll alternate 2 apiece the rest of the way. Change ends after 6 points have been played. landed in the corner. It was just a stab. Well, a chance right away for Nadal to take advantage. Mini break on the opening point. He was lucky because he barely got his racket on the service return and landed in and started the rally. Oh, great job by Ferrer again.
Really continues to attack and run around that backhand, and the forehand has been very strong, particularly the off forehand, which we talk about time and time again. Being able to break down Nadal's own forehand, keeping him on the run.
1-all. That's a good serve for 2-1. Wide.
Just trying to make it a little bit too good. And paying the price.
3 points to 1 Nadal in the tiebreak, first set. Clever play by Ferrer.
Ferrer, the serve volleyer,
yeah,
you mean?
Exactly. He caught him by surprise. 3-2.
Well, this is a nice change of pace, serving and coming in. It's something that you wouldn't expect, and that's why Nadal's little chip didn't work. Ferrer's been to the net 10 times. He's won 7 of 10.
Solid play there by Nadal to get to that ball and crush it away. Ferrer continuing to play very aggressively, and it's paid off for him. He's down 4 points to 2 here in the tiebreak.
You know, that's why when you come in, the volley's got to be almost perfect. Otherwise, Nadal's going to just get there and make you pay for it. No problem with the movement tonight.
No, it's not. And you know what I was looking at in the last couple of points is that so frequently you'll see him, he's in an open position obviously when he's hitting the ball, but he can hit the ball when he's backing up. I mean, it's like part of it. He's so strong. But what I was looking at was, again, a little, you know, a look at his legs. In other words, when he's doing that, was he getting himself still on balance? Because it's a remarkable achievement the way he can hit that ball anyway. He looks to me to be 100%, and there's no sign that he's having any problem. I don't know whether he's continuing to take the treatment or whether he's just feeling a whole lot better, but that's good news for everybody, except his opponents.
That last serve, 120, but right into the body.
And he's up 5-2 here in the tiebreak. Oh, nicely done. Good anticipation.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. He read the shot. Against most players, that would probably be a winner, but he knew it was going to be going cross-court on a laser, and he just kept coming forward. And it's something to learn. If you're going to come to the net, you got to commit, and you got to continue to move forward. If you go sideways, that ball's going to just drop.
And he's so speedy, and he certainly knew where it was headed. Excellent work by Ferrer. Second serve here. 2 points to 5. Oh, and he doubles. That's a tough break for him. First, critical time. And set points for Rafael Nadal at 6 points to 3. Well, he went down with a whimper. A backhand error after playing so well throughout the set. David Ferrer, but he's down in the tiebreak. And Nadal has a 1-set lead. So set number 2. Men's 4th round. Winner goes to meet Chela in the quarterfinals. The last entrant into the quarters will be produced in this match. It's now 20 minutes past 11 Eastern Time in New York. It's another late night at the US Open. Long matches this afternoon on this court, pushing the evening program back. Little touch shot for 15 love. Rafael Nadal with a set in hand and the tiebreak win over David Ferrer, his Spanish buddy. He's up 15 love here, opening game of the second set.
Well, what's very interesting is the success that both guys have had coming in tonight. Nadal has come in 8 times. He's won 7 of 8. Ferrer has come in 12, has won 8 of 12. It shows you how successful you can be on these fast hard courts if you pick your moments.
Well, Ferrer, he played so well, as we've already said and reiterate, you know, a couple of things here and there, and then he, right at the end in the tiebreak, you know, that's a kind of a point that you miss, and you sit down in your chair and you say, oh man, you know, I had my chances, it's gone, and now I got to try and take 3 sets from Rafael Nadal. I mean, it's tall order. Taller than David Ferrer is.
It's daunting. You know, it's a daunting task.
30-15, Nadal.
But great tennis players have selective memories. Great athletes have selective memories. That's why they continue to come back from defeats. And if you don't, then you're out.
It's wide.
And that's what allows him to play a point like that. First set's over. Nothing you can do about it.
That's right.
It's that woulda, coulda, shoulda account. That one is full to the brim.
And you know, I think also he can look at the numbers I'm looking at right now and see Nadal serving at 64%. I mean, that's pretty good, but he hasn't been dominating on his service, and so Ferrer can, you know, say, well, I can find a couple opportunities here and there on Rafa's service game.
I'm going to get my looks.
Yeah, get a few looks. But then he's got to capitalize on the second serve chances, and he did have several of those in the first set that he just didn't make. Game point.
Adios pelota.
Yeah, you don't want to hit the net at all. It's best to not hit the net at all. Now, that guy will appear from nowhere to put it away. So the first game goes to Nadal.
You know, what those stats don't tell you, I mean, because they're so close, what they don't tell you is just who won a couple of those big points, the key points.
Yeah, that's right.
And ultimately, it was Nadal in the tiebreak.
Yeah, not much to choose from there between them when you look at that, but that also does represent the set. So that, I mean, it was a tiebreak set, and it didn't take much for Ferrer to get beat, just a couple of points. But you know, generally speaking, that's going to be the better player is going to win the big points. 40 to 39, the total points. That's the separation, huh? How many degrees of separation is that? 15 love Ferrer serving. Love 1 second set. Such a grueling tournament, the U.S. Open, for all kinds of reasons. One of which playing at night here, going late into the night like this. That you know these top players, Djokovic, you could just tell this afternoon. It wasn't a night match. He wanted to have a 3-set match and get out of there, and he sagged visibly when found himself in the fourth. He won it, but you got to believe that Nadal, an ill-advised try there by Ferrer. I got to believe that Nadal wants badly to get out of here in 3, wouldn't you say? I mean,
well, it's all about preservation of your body and being able to just make the matches as quick and as efficient as possible.
This is such a tough tournament in every way that Roddick's been lucky here to get 2 retirements, and he said so to his credit. You know that he'd rather be fresh than worry about whether he's had enough match play. In the course of the tournament, he had enough match play coming into it.
And I think Federer's been fortunate. I mean, the fact that he's lost a couple sets has been okay because you've got to see him respond and then just get off the court quickly. It shows that for someone like Federer, even though he loses a set, he just believes that no one can keep it up.
Right, and he's right. Not against him, they can't keep it up. John Isner found that out. So did Lopez.
That's the forehand that he doesn't miss on a clay court, but it gets in on him pretty quick on the fast hard courts, and he just is a little bit late.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I'm very impressed with how Ferrer has served this evening. To only lose his serve once thus far.
Yeah, he's done well. We're at deuce, love 1.
Oh, come on, that's unreal.
And Ferrer even had a beeline, but the shot was so perfect from way behind the court.
There's nowhere to hit this ball except where Nadal hits it.
Absolutely great shot. Break point for 2 love. No chance to get that back.
You think this is a physical game?
Well, that was a blast from the past. I mean, he gave it that little extra.
Just throwing his whole body into that shot. What an athlete Nadal is. And now you just sense that Nadal train is starting to roll.
I'm sure his camp hopes that's the case, that he can have himself a short match and a long night. long. Missed on that, so suddenly Ferrer with a nice little look here at love 30.
It's natural to take your foot off the pedal just a little bit.
Well, yeah, and on the other hand, he may be trying to hit winners there, you know, to shorten the point. And again, the idea of getting out of here, but you know, you've got to sometimes back off. It may not so much. You know, taking the foot off the pedal, but maybe trying to put it on. So he's in more of a rally here where he's going to wait for an opportunity with Ferrer. Oh, well done.
Just spanking balls all around the court, Ferrer. Side to side. And his movement is what makes it so great. It's the forehand that he continues to just pummel. And this ball is low and he goes over the high part of the net. And that's a shot that Nadal wouldn't be expecting. The eyes just right on that ball.
Yeah, I like the way he's competing here for sure. It's not a surprise because that's what he does, but it's great to see it. It's very professional. And he's got 3 break points here.
Once again, showing how difficult it is to consolidate right after Nadal gets that break.
Nope. One saved.
Nope. See, Nadal had to come in on not his own terms. That ball was short. Typically wants to come in on his terms. He forced it.
So David Ferrer gets himself into the match here with a break back. We're on serve. See if Rafa can make him pay for his impudence. Sure, why on second serve that Nadal is so far back against a server like David Ferrer. I mean, that was a good example there. His return, you know, landed at the service line. See, Ferrer, for his part, he stayed along the baseline. He got control of that point, never surrendered it.
Well, you make a very good point, because one of the reasons that Nadal gets in trouble on the hard courts is he tends to start dropping the ball very short. And that's when he has to play all kinds of defensive tennis. He's got to be careful not to fall into that pattern and let Ferrer start dictating point after point.
Yeah, well, that's what he did there. 15-all. But he can hit great shots from back there, but he can hit great shots from closer in and not be out of position. See, Ferrer he's going to stay right where he is. Now he's up where he can make a play. Yeah, Ferrer's a speedy guy.
Ill-conceived drop shot, though, and that to me is a little bit of a sign of panic from Nadal. He's got control of the point. Why not take this forehand and come in? Instead, he goes for a poorly played drop shot.
Yeah.
He saw it well before it was hit.
Yeah. 30-15.
A pair of legs with the racket on their way again. Look at this guy. He doesn't know the word die.
No, he's in some kind of shape, too. Jammed him. Ball's on the line. That's out.
Now, this is a scary little patch now for Nadal because he was able to get that tie break. He was able to go up 2-love. He had it going. Now he stopped momentarily. He's changed his tactics, probably lost a little bit of confidence, losing his serve.
Ferrer's a point from 2-all here on the second on serve. And a good serve to do it. Good job.
Well, it's Ferrer the one who's now controlling the baseline, playing aggressive tennis.
Yeah, it seemed a mystery to me even why on the serve return, even on first serve, but certainly on second, why Nadal is camped back there 4 feet behind the baseline, because if Ferrer gets a good serve, then he's already back there and he was able to pin him there. Interesting tactically, and whether maybe he's just having a little blank stage here. Let's see what he does here. Of course, he's on his own serve now. But again, he's dropped back. He's retreated. Push him back now. And he missed it.
Now, the guys that Nadal has struggled with on hard courts, Berdych, Blake, Usny, Federer, are guys that get him to start playing defensively behind that baseline. And you'll start to see Nadal's balls get shorter and shorter, and he has to cover so much ground that eventually he can't do it.
Love 15 at 2-all, second set.
I left out one key name, a new name, Djokovic.
Yeah.
Short ball, though. Can't miss that one.
No, Ferrer, that was a yelp of disgust in himself. He can see what's happening here. He's got the opportunity to take charge. It's being given to him by Nadal, so he doesn't want to miss anything in this circumstance. So that was a bad error. 15-all.
Wow. What a lapse from Nadal. Very surprised. Everything was going his way, and then all of a sudden, almost changed his winning tactics.
Too good.
But he's so much better when he's coming forward.
Yeah. Well, that was my point. I don't know why he was camped out behind there.
Love the way he rolls over the top of that backhand. He has such control of the shot. Well, these are the points that determine the match.
good return. Well, he didn't test him at all, and Ferrer having a good swing at it. It's a perfect return. Deep, firm, low, right at the server, right at his feet. Break point Ferrer at 2-all.
And that's what Nadal does a lot of on break points. He'll try to surprise you with the up the tee serve. It's long.
Got him back there again. Oh, he stood up on it.
Love his game plan. He's made a great adjustment in that he's now really attacking, sensing that Nadal's playing more defensively. It's Ferrer who's not giving up the baseline, but this ball, once again, just trying to do a little bit too much. If he was just playing the ball, he probably wouldn't make that error.
Right. Deuce. Wow. Wow, second break point in this game.
There's that big swing on the forehand. He opens it up. The body's open and he loses control as he shanks that forehand.
Again, going a little too much there, trying to end these points a little faster. As long as he's got Nadal back there, he's better off just waiting for the right opportunity, don't you think, Doug?
Absolutely. Patience.
Yeah, he can see what, Nadal's putting himself in this hole, and so he should just be a little more patient. So, he's excited. He can smell the opportunities here. Deuce.
Nadal's only won 5 of 13 when he's got the first serve in this set.
Not good.
That was a lightning rod from the backhand of Ferrer, and once again he is controlling the points and the tempo. Nadal behind the baseline, Ferrer stepping in, taking the ball on the rise. Plenty of clearance over the net, and even for someone as quick as Nadal is, he can't run this ball down. Just too much land to cover. Too much real estate.
Third break point. Excellent play by Ferrer. Well-deserved break. 3-2 in the second. Down a set. They're coming on here in the second. Bring it back again, but he would never go forward and never become offensive.
Right.
Nadal obviously doesn't play like that, but for Nadal, it's got people behind there, so he asked Ferrer to hold up. And it just all of a sudden he started to look like Gael Monfils there to me.
Just thinking he's going to run down every ball.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what's the point? To prove that you can do that and get it back. I mean, he just gave the whole momentum to Ferrer.
It's exactly what's happened. Yeah, and that's a great example you make with Monfils. The only difference is with Monfils.
Well, there's a lot of differences.
Yeah, but the other thing with Monfils, he used to run in and then run back.
Yeah, right, exactly. Well, effectively, Nadal's been doing that, like even on the serve here. I mean, if he hits it, he's retreating, and in this case, he's even dropping farther back.
And the reason why on that particular shot was to try to run around to hit his forehand.
Right.
But he didn't do a whole lot with it, though.
Nope. 15 all. So we'll see what if Rafa makes the necessary adjustment here. The confidence flowing from Ferrer, who's taking his winning shot attempts with a ton of confidence and belief that they're going to land in and be winners. Nice feeling for him. There's a miss there.
Well, Tim, in sports, it's all about adjustments. You know, in football, you go in at halftime, and it's all about making those adjustments to change what's going on. Basketball, the same thing. Same is true in tennis, but it's almost like a game-to-game thing in tennis.
Well left, it's wide. It did come down with the top spin.
He's going to challenge.
Wide.
Yeah, he's going to challenge.
Yeah, he's going to be wrong.
He's only about 120 feet away from that ball.
Well, I think he actually got the end line, but he's wide, at least from our view here. We'll see in a moment.
Yep. Good eyes. Spot.
One challenge remaining.
Game point for Ferrer to go up 4-2 here in the second.
Well, not only 4-2, but he's also won 4 straight games because he trailed 2-love.
Right, yeah.
And the tough thing about an individual sport, you're out there on your own trying to figure out what do you need to do differently. And I'll tell you what, some players cannot ever figure it out.
That's the truth. So Rafael Nadal with his work cut out for him here now. He's got a set lead, but he's down at 2-4 in the second. His countryman David Ferrer on fire here now, and playing with a lot of confidence. Knocks that long.
You know, Nadal really got caught in the middle of the court that point. He thought he had Ferrer out of position, but Ferrer kept pumping the ball back. And it's rare to see Nadal lose backcourt exchanges with anybody. Ferrer, the third best Spaniard in the world. It's Nadal, then Robredo.
Robredo upset by the young kid from Latvia.
Was crushed by that guy.
And this Gulbis and lost to Carlos Moya today. Good-looking young player. That's just really good play from David Ferrer. Rafael Nadal. Well, he's going to be just wondering what he's got to do to turn this around. It's not like this is some stranger out here that he hasn't seen before and doesn't know how to play. On the contrary.
Everything now going Ferrer's way, anticipating beautifully, hitting the right shots, and being able to have pinpoint accuracy. He's just 2 points away from getting a double break.
Right. Love 30.
I almost think Nadal is frustrated when you see him going with those drop shots. It's almost like he's upset that Ferrer's getting so many balls back in play.
Yeah, because he could have hit a groundy there with he had, it was a short ball and he could have hit it anywhere on the court. So yeah, you do wonder that wouldn't be a play you would normally see from him. It worked, but yeah, he's in a little bad patch here for sure. 15-30. He hasn't done anything with his serve to really bother Ferrer.
Look at that. Third double fault of the match, and now he's in real trouble, a world of hurt, because if he gets broken again, you'd have to say this set's pretty much over.
Yeah, I think you could make that bet. 2 break points for 5-2. There it is. David Ferrer in great position here. Make this a best of 3. 5-2. David Ferrer serving for the second set. Chance to even up this match, a set apiece. And you know, just the kind of general view of Ferrer and the bigger picture in tennis, a term I call a stayer, you know, a tough out, a guy that's going to be around and make you work hard. And you know, it's really almost unfair to overlook the fact that he's ranked number 15 in the world, and he's got a record of 48-18 this season. I mean, that's better than a stayer.
He is one phenomenal tennis player.
Love 15. See, there's a law of diminishing returns too. For him to think that he can stay back and play that way, and suddenly everything is going to flow in and become winners against this roadrunner on the other side. I think he's just not thinking well to believe in that.
Tim, I don't think Nadal's even aware of the change that he's made.
Well, it seems that way. I was going to suggest that, but it seemed unlikely. But that's the way it looks. Let's put it that way. I mean, he's lining up back there as though, you know, this is Federer or Andy Roddick or somebody serving at him. I mean, I don't get it.
And it's not how he won the first set.
No. He's got 2 break points here. But he's down 2 breaks.
Well, that was one poor game played, but the good news is when you get that second break, against most people, you can afford to get away with it. I don't know if you can afford to do that against Nadal.
Well, we'll find out shortly.
Already now 7 breaks a serve in this match. Nadal's been broken 4 times, Ferrer 3 times. And it's becoming about the return of serve more so than the serve. Nadal has only won 7 of 18 when he's gotten the first serve in this set. Ferrer's troubles come with the second ball, only winning 2 of 7. That's 29% with my USC math.
That's very good. For USC guy especially.
That's what I've been told. Six points in a row.
30 love at 3-5 in the second set. Pushing midnight in New York. We're on the Arthur Ashe Stadium court, U.S. Open. Round of 16 men's play. Tim Ryan and Doug Adler watching Rafael Nadal struggling here against his countryman David Ferrer. (15-30) or 30-15, pardon me. Nadal 30-15, but down 3-5 in this second set. Ferrer pushing him back again effectively until that shot.
Well, what a difference it is when Nadal decides to step into the court.
Yeah, exactly.
But a lot of times it's with the backhand. He takes it nice and early. It seems that he's much more confident moving forward on that side rather than the forehand.
Nope. So Nadal gets that, picks up one game to get to 5-4, but Ferrer will have a chance to serve for the second set. Chair umpire is asking for people to sit down. See, now the folks are allowed to come down from the upper seats as people leave here at this late hour. So a whole passel of them all came down at once, and take time to get them all reseated. So asking them to just stop in place at least until the end of this game. There's always a few that don't pay any attention. That's a good start for Ferrer. 15-love at 5-4 in the second.
Well, when you're starting to lose your momentum, it's so important to get good first serves in, change it up a little bit.
Oh.
And that's what he's done. First 2 points haven't been huge serves, only about 107 miles per hour, but it's allowed him to take advantage of Nadal standing so far behind that baseline.
Sure. I still don't get it. I mean, this guy isn't going to serve at 130 very often to begin with.
Well, when he tries to, he doesn't make them.
And quickly to 40-love. 3 set points for David Ferrer. Got the second set. Well, Novak Djokovic had to go 4 today against a guy he should beat, and Nadal is going to have to do that against his friend and countryman David Ferrer to advance to the quarterfinal at this U.S. Open. He will serve to start the third. I wonder what all these folks that are staying in. It's a sizable number. You know, I guess they're just going to take tomorrow off, right? I mean, by the time they get home, it's going to be 2 in the morning. Just a typical night at the U.S. Open. All the action happens after midnight.
Well, I think what they say about New Yorkers is you work hard, you play hard.
That's right.
So they'll stay up all night and then get 1 or 2 hours sleep and go to work.
That's what we'll be doing tomorrow. Same thing. 15-love and an ace from Nadal. We haven't seen too many of those. Just 2 in the match. Ferrer's going to challenge that.
He's not a believer in that ace. His eyes are spot on, too.
You're not kidding. That'll irk Nadal.
That's what you got to do. You got to spread the court, and you got to be willing to come forward to end the point.
There's no reason why he wouldn't or shouldn't. I mean, that's a part of his game, but it just disappeared for a bit. But you can't be doing it from 10 feet behind the baseline.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, you can't hit that angle shot from there, and secondly, you'd never get to anywhere near the net. Just see if he just starts to try and take charge inside the court. Pretty Love. Getting backed up.
And the further back he goes, the more that forehand seems to fly on him.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing how well he can hit in that kind of backing up. And that's his strength. He'll hit things off the back foot, but I think it's hard for anybody to be consistent. You might get the odd one like that, but why put yourself in the position? That's a better serve. Now he's closer.
You know, the forehand for Nadal has been a little bit of a problem tonight. 8 winners off that wing, but Ferrer, someone who you would think wouldn't have as many, has actually 2 more.
Mm-hmm. (40-15), opening game, third set. See, he was at the baseline the entire service game. Let's see what he does on return. 1-love in the third set.
And a match like this can become a war of attrition. It can become both physical and mental. And that's the worst thing that could happen to Nadal, really, after what he's had to endure physically the last couple weeks. That set was a strange set. 5 service breaks. And both players coming in the same amount of times, but Ferrer winning 5 games in a row from 2-love down and holding on to take it.
I hope these guys aren't looking at the clock either, because you know, they've got to win. Whoever wins here has got to win 2 more sets to do it, and you know, this is got a test of your stamina. A late start and a long night. I mean, it's no fun. I don't care what kind of shape you're in. Be up this late playing tennis.
Well, the problem is they've been on the court for close to 2 hours already.
Right, yeah. It's one thing to say, okay, your match is going to go past midnight, but they're going to go a long way past midnight.
And you know what that means. We're going along with them.
It sure does. For the duration. 30-love Ferrer. I'd like to see him one time just at least fake it that he's going to stand at the baseline and make Ferrer try to beat him there. But now when he returns, he's ready to step back.
No, he is definitely backing up. His first step is backwards.
Yeah.
It's toward the wall rather than to the baseline.
40-love Ferrer. What does he know that we don't see? I'm baffled.
No, he's making a tactical mistake, and what he's allowing to have happen is he's allowing Ferrer to believe that his serve is actually better than it is by doing that. Nikolai Davydenko played Ferrer in Cincinnati a few weeks ago and never got more than, like, say, a foot behind the baseline ever. He was taking the ball so early, and he just bossed Ferrer all around the court. Absolutely routined him in that match.
Yeah.
He actually led Ferrer in that match 6-2, 4-0 before winning 2 and 4.
Really? Huh.
And he looks a little bit unhappy,
down,
frustrated.
He looks down. Love 15, 1-all, third set. The error from Ferrer wasn't anything Rafa did particularly.
I saw Ferrer win an amazing match back in 2003 at the French Open, the ATP Master Series Rome. Excuse me, I said the French, I meant the Italian Open.
Yeah, the Italian Open would be in Rome, and the French Open would be in Paris. But
well, it was in Rome.
They're both beautiful cities, so it's an easy mistake.
It was a first-round match. He played Andre Agassi in the first round. Agassi was the defending champion, and Agassi won the opening set 6-love. But don't you know it, that this guy wouldn't go away and came back and upset Agassi, winning in 3. And by the end of that match, I believe that Ferrer was on his way to new heights.
$30-15. Strange to say, but Nadal, you know, he needs something dramatic to happen for him here, apart from the errors from Ferrer, which are
well, dramatic would be something like going down by 2-1 and maybe be down a break in the 4th.
Well, no, I meant something, you know, really a positive. Long rally, a great shot, a great retrieve, whatever. Something to spark him. That's long, and mainly Ferrer going off the boil there. So Nadal up 2-1. We're on serve in the 3rd.
Well, knowing that they were going to be playing tonight, I'm sure they probably got up somewhere between 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
And it's a tough match to get ready for because you don't really know what's going to happen. It throws off all your balance, all of your routine.
Sure, yeah, and there's no way to know exactly what time you're going to go on court. I mean, they were not just affected by the length of the women's match, which wasn't overly long, but rather by the afternoon matches that by the time they got everybody out from the afternoon session, the spectators, and the new ones started in, they were going to have a very late start.
Yeah, well, that was very unfortunate for them because it looked like they would only have to deal with the one match, which would have been the Ennen Serena Williams match, but
right.
It was the Djokovic match.
Yeah, exactly, the afternoon one. Yeah. 15-love Ferrer. 1-2 serve in the 3rd.
And that's a rally, a protracted exchange from the back of the court that rarely do you see Nadal lose. But he's been losing a lot of them.
Yeah, he has.
And again, it's the forehand, and everything's going back. Nothing's moving forward.
Right, yeah, exactly. And credit to Ferrer because he is hitting deep and keeping him back there, but I'm just stunned that he doesn't kind of set up and say, hit it by me, you know, just like there. So
yeah, at least he went for it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And he was right there on the baseline. And it's 40-love Ferrer.
Nadal just has this mentality on the hard courts, which is not to miss, and it can hurt you.
Yeah, just conceded in that one. 3-2. David Ferrer.
Well, he's making Ferrer's serve look like Roger Federer's because he's standing so far back, and Ferrer just keeps going forward. Look at how close he is to the baseline.
I think I said 3-2, and if I did, that was a mistake. It's 2-all.
Well, it's going to be 3-2 after this game. Just don't know for who. He senses right now is his time to take this match.
How do you know that?
Oh, he's right there. He's right on the cusp because he's done well to come back to level matters, and he sees that Nadal's a little bit deflated.
Oh, Ferrer you're talking about. Oh, I thought you were talking about Nadal. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No, we're not seeing that kind of energy from Nadal. It's a time like right now, Tim, where you sense that you have the opportunity to really take command because, look at Nadal's not showing a whole lot of energy.
Yeah, no, that's right. But mind you, he's up 30 love here. Ferrer put himself in that hole. He suddenly looked like Nadal 10 feet away, and Nadal came up to the baseline.
But no smiles on his face. All business. Even though this was a well-played point, beautifully constructed, ended it at the net. He's now 11 for 13 up there. He's not a happy guy. That's not even the typical fist pump you see from him.
40 love. Point from 3-2. Oh. Ran right through it. 40-15.
That's better body language.
Yep. 3-2 in the third set, a set apiece. Stay right in the thick of it.
With that point held by Ferrer, he has not dropped 1 point on serve in this third set. Against what, the best returner of serve in the world?
Well, I don't know if I go that far. I don't think he's the best returner of serve. I think the best returner of serve is wears black these days.
The man in black. You know, still staying well inside that baseline, and Nadal playing defense. Fortunate to get that miss.
Who's the boss? You know, I mean, he winds up losing the point. And Nadal, you know, did a nice job of retrieving, but you know, that's it. This guy blew his own point.
One guy's in about 3-4 feet every point, and the other guy's moving further and further back throughout the exchange. Unfortunately for Ferrer, this ball just getting a little bit low on him. Wasn't able to get that racket down low enough to open it up. I mean, he's just dictating play, so it's really the match right now is on his racket.
Exactly, yeah. 30 all.
Well, this is something that Nadal has had trouble with over the last couple of years. He sometimes just gets negative out there and, boy, gets further and further back. Can't tell you anything other than that.
Wide. David Ferrer, right now he owns him.
Well, you see on a clay court, You can run down balls by playing further and further back. Not on a fast hard court like this. Just creeping further and further back unless the ball lands short.
Well, if Nadal can get through this, and well, he may, long way to go yet, he might beat Chela playing like this.
He's beating Djokovic like
this. But he's
this.
not going to beat Djokovic
not
for
even
sure.
Close.
I mean, Djokovic or Federer are going to take advantage of that, even if we're Davydenko or Haas or Roddick. You know, I mean, he can't beat the top players with this game plan. If it's a plan, we're not sure what it is. Got himself up here where he can get some control. Ferrer is now going away. Superb stuff. David Ferrer, crowd loving it. They'll cheer for the underdog. They love Rafa, but you know, if Ferrer wins, they're here until breakfast. You know,
the Bulldog going from defense to offense, and that's about the best point we've seen from Nadal in a while, and he still lost it.
Yeah, exactly. So Ferrer, game point. We're on serve in this third set. And a good serve. He got a short reply, no mistake. Duck soup. Three all on the third.
You've just seen Nadal really questioning himself, becoming more and more tentative, more defensive. And those have been his typical problems on hard courts. Same thing. Nothing new. I really thought, Tim, that tonight, since he'd had such a great record against Ferrer over the past few years, that he'd won the last four encounters, that he would be able to stay aggressive and not get into this type of position. But Ferrer is doing a lot to take it to him, and you have to commend Ferrer for that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he played a good first set, but Nadal, you know, gets it at the end, and you would think he would, you know, just kind of pick up the tempo there, the effort to get out of here in three sets, and instead he put himself in that defensive posture. And Ferrer just jumped all over him. 30 love here.
Well, I think a lot of times guys like Nadal and Federer just believe that whoever they're playing cannot keep it up.
Well, and that may be the case. You know, again, as I said, we got a long way to go here. That may be the case, but still strategically, you wouldn't see Federer changing his strategy dramatically like this. He'd still be doing the same things.
Wonderful depth. When he played Juan Monaco in Cincinnati, Monaco was up 7-6, 4-1. Nadal did retire from that match, but I'll tell you what, Monaco was playing very similar to what we're seeing from Ferrer right now. Was not intimidated at all. And you saw Monaco today against Djokovic.
Yeah, no, he played well. That's a good serve.
Well, that's, for a change, a free point on his serve. Cause for concern in the camp. Mom and Dad there. Sebastian sitting in front of Rafa's mother, Anna Maria. Trying to get their son fired up.
Well, he goes up 4-3. We're on serve here in the third. Get a nice afternoon nap. That's the upside.
Well, the other thing is they eat late at night, but it's supposed to be bad for your digestive system.
Yeah,
you know? But
right.
you don't see too many of these Europeans fat.
Yeah, well, no, I'm not sure how they pull that off in Spain. I haven't figured out that whole program of theirs, but it's fun. It's interesting. And the wine's good in Spain. Very good.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Eat late, drink late.
And Jerez, it's the Fino, the dry sherry. David Ferrer. 3-4 on serve in the third, a set apiece.
Unlike that second set when Ferrer came back, there have been no breaks of serve in this set and no break points even. Nope, it's called wide.
A little late call and immediately challenges. I don't blame him for challenging. He's got a chance with this one.
Yeah, it was a late call by the official on that line. Nadal, I'm sure, hoping it's good. From where I sit, I thought that ball was wide.
How about the one that Ferrer scooped up? He might have just tagged it here. Oh, he did not. Because of the ball there. Good eye, Doug. You and the linesman. So you'd rather have the linesman be late and right.
Exactly.
Dirty love Ferrer. Trying to even at 4.
You know, I got good news for Rafael Nadal fans. He's starting to get a little bit closer to that baseline.
That's right. Yeah, he was where he could do some damage in that point. 30-15. Out.
First small chance now for Nadal. Not even a sniff at a break point for either player.
Boy, he might have won that twice, but safe to take that volley.
But Tim, he's coming in on big points.
Yeah.
You know, he's been in 7 times this set, only dropped 1, and he's come in 23 times in the match. He's been successful 17 of those. And he's not known as someone who comes in much. That's the big change to his game tonight.
Well, it's been a terrific change.
Nope.
You know, he's not giving up any real estate down there at all. I mean, when he's serving, he stays right there, gets himself in position, says, "Pass me." And you know, he's just owned the court in that respect, and it's been conceded to him much of the time. But you know, the more it's been given to him, the more he said, "Okay, I'm not moving. I'll stay right here."
Yeah, and Ferrer's only 5'9", but I'm sure when he gets up there, he's looking like he's about 6'5".
He must be. 4 all. on serve in the third. Nadal got possession of the baseline, but comes up with the error just after he got Ferrer pushed back.
And each time Ferrer is able to hold serve, the pressure reverts once again to the shoulders of Nadal. Because obviously, being the favorite, that's where the pressure is. The expectation that you're supposed to be the winner.
That's a good serve.
And typically guys like Nadal really respond to that pressure. They embrace it.
Only his second ace in the match.
Yeah.
Ferrer, he's just so confident in his ground strokes.
Yeah, there's nothing that Nadal can do to hurt him right now.
You know, and he's on return. You know, he starts out at about 4 feet behind the line, and as soon as the ball's up, he's coming before the ball arrives.
You know, Nadal really hasn't done well at varying the serve. It's pretty much predictable. He needs to use that slider wide. He needs to go into the body a little bit, flat up the tee.
15-30. A little shot for Nadal, for Ferrer. So here he comes. A couple of steps up.
That's the right serve,
yeah,
because it was unexpected.
Yeah. For the all.
I wouldn't even mind seeing Nadal try to serve one wide down the middle of this court and come in. We haven't seen him come in one time off his serve. Give him a different look. Two big serves, though.
Yeah. Point for 5-4. Tightly contested set. No breaks. Match a set apiece. Nope. Just missed. Ball boy down, ball boy down.
Poor guy, everybody has to see that. He looks like he's in a little bit of pain also.
Scraped his hand, I think. It's tough out there. Toughest tournament in tennis.
Oh, and the double fault. Wow. Oh.
Deuce, 4-all. Set a piece. Dead even.
Back-to-back double faults. That one not even close. The sixth double of the match for Nadal. And the two in this set coming on the last 2 points.
Brutal, that one was.
Never seen him hit one quite this bad. See, he shortens the swing, but totally mishits that ball. First break point now for either player in this set.
Yeah, first one.
Nadal saying that that ball was wide.
Yeah, he might be right on this one. A challenge for sure.
Wasn't called out by the line judge, but Nadal seemed relatively sure that the ball was wide. Ferrer and Nadal just standing at the net.
Along with all the ball kids.
It was good.
Break to Ferrer. He'll serve to go up 2-1. Love 15. Aggressive play that time.
And he made up his mind that when he got that ball to Ferrer's forehand, he was going to charge off the backhand, and that's exactly what happened. But we haven't seen much of that.
Very little. Love 30.
Continues to have lots of success at the net. Has only lost 3 points all night. No problem with the agility. There's the move you want to see. That's him.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a good shot. Oh,
that's
wow.
a good shot.
Superb. That gets the crowd alive. The Nadal they haven't seen tonight suddenly appears.
Just amazing hustle, and then putting the ball in a perfect place. Ferrer can't react. And it's a game like this that can swing a match.
Oh, sure. 3 break points.
That's Ferrer swearing.
Little miss hit, but it's in.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Break right back by Nadal. We're 5-all in the third. Dead even match again.
Well,
is this the spark that lights the fire?
Miss-hit return. Ferrer has been so efficient at the net tonight, but this one, the technique wasn't good.
No, he was just a little too eager, too. He didn't get himself in position to hit that.
Look at Mom and Dad. They know how important this is.
Sure. Mom and Dad go to Cincinnati?
No, I didn't see them there.
Washington?
Nope.
Do they go to New Haven?
No.
No. New York? Yes.
Well, I think he should have been in one shot earlier, but it still worked out okay.
Well, at least, you know, you could feel him pressuring on this instead of hanging around back there and letting Ferrer dictate.
And Tim, it bears repeating, Nadal has never been past the quarterfinals here at the U.S. Open.
That's right, yeah. Well, he's not even there yet. A little uptick for him here, at least. He's been a lot like the stock market tonight.
That serve has really been giving him trouble tonight. He's already double faulted 7 times, 3 in this set. And when he gets the second ball in, he's only won 14 of 32.
Keeps going like this. If they leave the lights on, he'll go out and hit serves for an hour after this is over. $15-30 at 5-all.
Well, he started to show like his hand was maybe cramping. That's the same thing that happened to him in Cincinnati when he defaulted in the second set to Juan Monaco.
Was it a cramp?
His arm.
Oh, so yeah, okay, so he's flexing out his hand because it's up higher. Huh. Well, we'll be watching that more closely.
Forearm. Well, his arm's probably cramping because of all the double faults. Ferrer's funny. He likes to have running conversations with himself.
30-all. That's okay so long as you don't answer yourself. Good stuff. He's going to get one more swat at it.
The baby bull really making the big bull look bad on that one.
Break point at 5-all. This is slightly huge.
Ferrer continues to be the aggressor on the big points. Nadal likes to go up the tee on break points.
Good call.
Oh boy, what a let-off.
Second serve.
92 miles per hour.
Great opportunity lost.
After 2.5 hours on court, you just don't expect Ferrer to miss that kind of shot.
No. Oh yeah, he wasn't happy with that.
It all stems from that second ball return miss.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's really one of the worst swings he's taken at a ball tonight. He's been so steady. Break turns to a game point.
Went to the forehand again on the big point, up the tee, opened up the court.
Yeah, all he could do was block that back, and it left an easy shot for Nadal, who's up 6-5 now in the third. What a turnaround. But it's short of a complete collapse, so we'll find out more right now. Ferrer serving to force the tie break in the third. Got it.
And those forehands by Nadal, just basically just ladling them back right into the court. Backing up, and the further back he goes, the shorter the ball drops. Easy shot for Ferrer.
Oh, what a shot. I mean, Nadal did everything right on that point. Got charged at the baseline, got the short ball, went in. I mean, that is a circus shot from Ferrer.
Never give up is the motto of David Ferrer, and a lunging forehand with Nadal cutting off the court. Ferrer going from one end to the other, and what topspin. You saw him coming on the side of that ball.
Dirty love. Oh, he pasted that. That's out.
It's almost like you want to see Nadal get a little bit upset. Maybe then he'll start attacking.
If I were Ferrer, I'd also be using up of my 25 seconds back there, too, after that last point. Using too much of a hurry to serve. A little better slow down this time. Shot. Point from the tiebreak for David Ferrer.
That forehand has been lethal tonight. 14 winners. Nadal with only 9. And a very tidy play from Ferrer.
So we're into a tiebreak, as we were in the first, won by Nadal. And just barely, as you may recall. An error by Ferrer making the difference. Nadal won the second set, or at least Ferrer won the second set, 6-4. We're now in a tiebreak in the third. Set apiece. Match again dead even. Somebody comes out with the lead at the end of this. Two hours, 38 minutes to this stage of the match.
You see Ferrer really trying to go at Nadal's forehand, even off the return of serve.
Yeah, because he didn't even really get a good swipe at it. The ball did, it didn't have a lot of pace, but a miss hit by Nadal. 1 a.m. in case you're interested in Peoria. More likely somewhere like Singapore, maybe.
Wow, what a smash. He's really got it going on now.
We're on in Singapore, you know that? We are.
This man's on right now on Ash, and he's playing some great ball.
Sure is.
He's taking it to the world number 2. Yep. Can't take him with you, might as well.
Sure.
It hit. Wow. Brilliant play from Ferrer. He had 3 challenges left.
Why not category on?
So he opens up a big lead.
3-0 in the tiebreak. Ferrer over Nadal. These guys used to be friends, you know.
Yeah, well, I don't think they're too friendly right now. You just get the sense that Ferrer is starting to break Nadal down. Rarely do you see anybody do that.
Long. 3 points to 1.
Well, certainly his strategy is when he gets a look at that second ball, he's going to really try to dictate. And that's why Nadal has struggled tonight. And in this third set, Nadal's only won 4 points when he's got that second ball in.
Another service point to Nadal. First to get 7 is the winner of the tiebreak. He must win by 2. Whoop. Miss on the return, 3 points to 2. Two service points to Ferrer, one from that end, one from the other. And change ends at 6 points played. Oh, yeah. 4 points to 2.
Well, in this game, you are rewarded a lot of times for taking chances, and certainly Ferrer has not been scared to take those chances.
No, he's been a bold player right from the get-go tonight. And again, it's kind of like, you know, mindful of the way Lopez, I guess I said this earlier, approached the Federer match. You know, that go in as the heavy underdog, you've got some game, and you just let it all go. And, you know, in the first set, it worked for him. And I think David Ferrer may have been inspired by his fellow Spaniard to say, well, okay, I mean, I've got to just be bold. I've got to go for everything, be confident, don't back off. And instead, he has forced Nadal to back off. Like that. 5 points to 2.
That a let off from Nadal. That was a panic shot that Nadal tried.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of confidence, you know, in being able to stand back there and rally from there. But again, we keep saying the same thing. He's taking himself back, you know, 10 feet behind the line or more.
And look at how easily Ferrer gets to that ball and just misses it. Just rushes it.
Enough
to miss it.
Yep.
Normally would never miss this shot. Gets there in plenty of time and doesn't follow through out enough.
One more service point to Nadal. 5 points to 3. Ferrer.
There's a tight backhand.
Set points for Ferrer on his service now.
Well, the previous point was tight from Nadal, but he got away with it. Not on that one.
See whether Ferrer gets tight here, serving for the set and the lead in the match. serve. Stood up a little on that one. Still with a set point on his racket. And this is where he has to deliver. 2 shots at it on your own racket. You got to get one. That's out. The set goes to Ferrer. He has the lead in the match. 2-1 for David Ferrer over the 2 seed, Rafael Nadal, at 7 minutes past 1 in the morning, New York time.
Fourth ace of the match for Ferrer. Great way to get started.
What did I miss, Doug?
Nothing, just an ace.
Okay. A routine ace. That's long from Nadal. Dirty love.
Tim, I think it's really important. These first couple games, we're going to see who really believes right now in Ferrer to carry that momentum forward into this set and see how much Nadal's really willing to dig deep.
It's a nice statement to start with an ace. Oh boy, that's great stuff.
But I think that's what it's going to take from Nadal. He's going to have to take some different kind of chance. We haven't seen him come to the net much. Ferrer's been the one who's taken all the risk. Nadal is the one who's going to have to make the adjustments to his game, and I think a lot of it's going to have to become more aggressive-minded. Otherwise, I don't see him turning it around.
But, you know, we keep wondering why that hasn't occurred earlier in the match. I mean, I don't know why he would suddenly now get religion, if you will. And
well, he needs to get religion quick, and right now is a chance from 30 love down to 30 all.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to put some doubt into this guy's head. Well, Ferrer is definitely in the zone. Make no mistake about it.
Well, this will be one of those things that if he wins this match, he's probably played his championship match. You know, the next guy is going to be the beneficiary of it. That happens frequently when somebody's playing over his head. And as good a player as he is, I mean, as you say, he's in the zone here. I mean, if he wins this thing, you know, this is certainly one of his best victories ever.
Biggest win of his life, really.
Sure.
And but the good news is, the great news about these slams, he'll get a day off. Doesn't have to play tomorrow.
Right. Yeah. So the hole for Ferrer and a 1-love lead.
You look at those third set statistics. You know, nothing really stands out. Remember, Ferrer had a chance to serve for the set, was broken, but he was the one who was willing to take the chances. More than double the amount of winners of Nadal, and then tidy play, keeping unforced errors down. Nadal doubling those amount compared to his winners.
That's a good expression, very tidy, because you know, that's how he's played the game. I mean, he's taken some risks, but he's been very tidy and very consistent. Hasn't been rattled. He's obviously in superb shape. He's had chances to cave, but it's all it's all been about what Nadal is not doing. I'm not taking credit away from Ferrer, but I mean, had he not decided, for whatever reason, to play the game from well back of the baseline, this would look different at this point.
Well, Nadal is so used to playing against guys who self-implode. Ferrer doesn't seem to be.
But wouldn't he know that about him? I mean,
Sure.
you know, that's just the guy that he knows as well as he knows anybody.
But when you've beaten someone 4 times in a row.
Yeah. Well, it's a lesson hard learned. Well, he is still a young guy. Sometimes we forget that. I mean, you know, really. I mean, you know, he's been out here since the age of 17, and you know, this is not some aging veteran player who's seen it all, done it all. He's still learning lots of things about this sport. Quickly to 30 love for Nadal. He's 21.
And Ferrer's just 25. He's been out there for 7 years.
Yeah. Well, that's a big difference between 21 and 25.
Yeah.
Nadal having to think about the only way I win this is going 5 into the middle of the night, and that's.
Can't think about that, Tim.
No,
got to take it one point at a time.
You can't. That's a good shot. (40-15).
Keep it, buddy. If you think about that, it's too disconcerting. You know, this is going to be a work in progress right now for Nadal. The backhand looks really clean. Steps into it, gets into the court. It continues to be the forehand problem.
Game apiece in the 4th set. David Ferrer up 2-1. Approaching the 3-hour mark in the match time. Serve from Ferrer. Good follow. (30-15) on the backhand miss.
He just looks visibly dejected.
Yeah.
You never see him look like that on the clay.
You mean when he's home?
Again, the backhand taking it. The forehand was pretty short, but as soon as Ferrer goes to the backhand, that's when you sense that Nadal feels like he can go forward. Uh-oh. Starting to play with that.
Looks like it's coming loose.
Yeah, it is.
Hopefully that's all that the problem is, that it's.
There you can see that one on the right leg.
Yeah, well, they can fix that in a heartbeat when he changes over.
Want Nadal to take a step in here. how great is his movement.
Superb.
Nadal was in control of the point.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, Ferrer's running around to hit the forehand, and there's nothing that Nadal can do. Footwork is exemplary, and that open stance forehand, able to just use his wrist and his hips and his shoulders.
It's called the trainer out here at 40-30.
What a shame.
Oh, and it's his hand. No, the referee stepped right in front of the camera shot. Thank you, Brian Early.
That's Billie Norris, who's been on tour for about 100 years. He's got I think he has a cramp there, Tim, but I'm not exactly positive.
Well, you don't have to be, because there's no way for us to know for sure. We don't, diagnosing is not worth the deal. It's obviously something with his hand, his fingers, so that much we know.
Spasm.
You can hear Bill Norris say that?
Yeah.
He came right over to the chair. I thought he was just going to try and get that tape fixed underneath his knee on the bandage, the wrap that he has there for the tendon. Looks like that's all right. Tony got lots of things to be concerned about over there. Ferrer's giving him spasms. And the hold for 2-1. David Ferrer on serve here in the fourth set. 2-1 Ferrer on serve. Fourth set, up 2-1 over the number 2 seed. Startling developments. Approaching 1:30 in the morning. 3 hours of match time. Boy, if you closed your eyes, you'd think that that's Nadal at that end. I mean, that's a Nadal-like kind of shot, taking charge and blasting the winning forehand. Love 15.
That was a laser. The forehand is really doing damage. That's 20 winners now off that side. And what's happening right now for David Ferrer, starting to hit far more winners than making unforced errors.
That's a good number. He's +6 right now.
He's literally hitting Nadal off the court.
That's too good.
Well, that's a little bit of a different strategy. Playing the backhand on a couple points to try to open up the forehand rather than trying to break down the forehand.
Sign of respect. The way Ferrer's hitting it. 15-30 and 1-2. Still a little look here for Ferrer. It's long. Break point. Two of them.
Ferrer trying to cement his lead.
Boy, and this could be the cement, too, if he breaks here. Nadal's a hard guy to discourage, but he has the look tonight of somebody who could be discouraged. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's capable of really wearing that Superman cape. Not on this planet.
Well, the closest thing to Superman tonight is this guy. It's just in a size small rather than extra large.
One break point saved. This is huge right here. Well, times that Ferrer has made errors is when he's just pressed a little bit, gotten a little anxious to take advantage. Again, that wasn't the best serve that he's thrown all night, but
well, the most important thing is he got a first one in.
Yeah. Ferrer, missed opportunity. Deuce. Good serve. That was a good serve. 3 straight points for Nadal. Out of trouble.
For the time being.
Yeah. Boss in there.
Some positive signs of emotion from Nadal. That's what the crowd wants to see. This is the guy they know and love. And that's what he needs to do more of. He needs to be able to take control of the points earlier on. A lot of it made possible by some good serving when he was in trouble there.
So the break opportunity lost by Ferrer. Love at 2-all in the 4th set.
That's got to be disappointing. Missing 2 of his favorite backhands, back-to-back points. Bending over like he's in some kind of pain.
Discomfort, yeah. Ooh. Found the laser there, not the one for his knees.
Just picks that backhand perfectly.
30-15.
The preparation and the shoulder turn, that's what makes it so good.
Got it.
Same thing for Ferrer. I mean, it's hard for Nadal to string points together.
Right. Look at the look on his face and the saying, you know, what are you doing to me? I thought you were my buddy. You're not supposed to be playing this well. Mi amigo. It's wide. Gets a little help from him there.
It'd be funny if he actually stopped the match and did that.
Ferrer, 40-30, trying to get to 3-2, and he does. Hole for Ferrer. 3-2 in the 4th. Nadal will serve at 2-3. Fix those socks and laces whether they need it or not. Deep serve to the corner. Oh yeah.
Perfectly constructed point. Waiting for his opportunity, then seizing it.
He's been largely patient. I mean, really, a few times tonight, and he's hurt himself by just being a little overeager. But over the course of this match, and this has been a long match already, he's been a remarkably patient man against the power and the difficulty of shot making of Nadal.
Wow.
Just really good point construction again. He's been thoughtful out there, and when he's patient, he's just been absolutely superb. He must be driving Nadal crazy.
That forehand with pinpoint accuracy. Very little space to hit into. That heavy whip, racket head speed. Get it off the line, then he misses it.
Wow. David Ferrer.
Well, what I'm immensely impressed with tonight by Ferrer is his ability to keep pounding away at Nadal, and then the choices he's made have always seemed to be correct, even when he approaches. 22 of 32 at the net.
I'm going to give him a yacht in Valencia if he wins this one.
No, he's going to get a lot more than that.
He's going to be a big hit down there. There it is, a break.
The forehand again, really letting Nadal down, just sailing. It's like Ferrer can hit 1, 2, 3 wherever he wants, then finally Nadal not getting there in enough time and losing control.
The points that are his best look like Nadal. I mean, that's the same kind of way that he just wears you down in a point, and then boom, there comes the winner, and long, deep blasts, sharp angles. It's just, Ferrer's just, it's like the mirror of Nadal, and it must be making him crazy. He's up a break. He's got a great chance to get to the quarterfinals. He really just has to keep it together like he's doing now.
He's breaking Nadal's spirit.
Yeah, it's no question. I don't think it's permanent, but it may mean the end of the U.S. Open hope for this year. Again, this young man Nadal is only 21. There's so much ahead for him. This is not a life-threatening situation by any means, but All credit to the 25-year-old David Ferrer if he gets through this. He's on fire. He can't talk about the zone. I mean, he's taken all the wind out of those sails.
I've never seen the camp that downtrodden.
I gotta believe it hurts a little more to lose to a Spaniard.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
That's
absolutely.
I mean, they might say he's a nice kid, but he's only a nice kid if he's behind
and keeps losing to Nadal
in the rankings, and keeps the losing record the way it is. But he is sailing here like a sailor from his hometown of Valencia. 40 love. Up. The fact that ball had no pace, he has to laugh at that. You still have to step up to those ones. 40-15 at 4-2. Nadal looks catatonic at this point.
He doesn't know what's hit him.
Better, but look, it comes back. There's a miss.
But a rare offensive forehand from Nadal.
Gets to 40-30. Ferrer, that's good. He slowed it down. Nadal went for the towel, so did Ferrer. Uh-oh, from 40 love. Couple of errors. Life for Nadal. Tony says, yeah, sure, this is exactly the way we planned this game.
Javier Pilas, the man that Ferrer calls his second father.
Good serve, good return. Oh yes, nice play.
Well, what he's been doing, he's been using that nice serve to Nadal's backhand, which pulls Nadal off the court. It opens up the line. It's the 1-2 combination. Nadal so far back, how can he catch up with this shot up the line?
Even Nadal can't do it. Maybe sliding on the clay, but not here, as you've been saying. Different deal on the hard court. Point for 5-2. Another good serve. Oh, that was aggressive.
And that was different.
Yeah, totally. Hit that volley in the air just inside the baseline.
Well, I'd love to see Nadal do this a few more times if he can, because he's running out of time. That's the type of move that can change a match, but you've got to be willing to take the chance.
Absolutely. See whether Ferrer can hold up to the pressure here. He had a 40 love lead in this game. That's great.
He's just been sensational at the net. For a guy that you don't think of as someone who's that efficient or has that much prowess. 24 of 34 and 5 of 6 in this all-important fourth set.
I like the way he just laid it down there and then he stayed home.
Well, he's reading the flight of the ball.
Yeah.
That's what all good net rushers do.
Excellent play. Another chance for 5-2 lead here. Get. Wow. That is just terrific. I mean, Nadal couldn't have done more, and Nadal is slow to get up. He couldn't have done more to stay in that point, and Ferrer was just that much better. Oops. Well, now he's hurting. 5-2. David Ferrer, a game away from the quarterfinal at the U.S. Open. Sensational play by the 15 seed.
Certainly want to make Ferrer have to serve it out.
Love 15. Ferrer 3 points away from a place in the quarterfinals at the U.S. Open. I'll tell you what, he's got to like the matchup too. No reflection on Juan Ignacio Chela, but you'd have to go with Ferrer in that one if he can recover from all he's put into this match tonight. Love 32 points away. No mercy from the Spaniard down at the other end. Good luck on Mom there. That's so tough for these parents. My goodness, what they go through. They're so proud of this kid and what he's achieving. He's such a quality kid.
Yeah. He'll
get a lot of hugs and kisses tonight, and life will resume tomorrow, whatever happens here. Well, he's not going to go gently into that good night. We know that. 15-30. Three hours, 25 minutes of match play time. Good serve. No. Fault.
Love that play. I was so happy when I saw Nadal take that backhand and come in, because he doesn't have a whole lot of opportunities, and if he doesn't do that, then it's going to be Ferrer who attacks on the forehand. So you got to take your chances, and something good may happen.
And it did. 30 all. As you said, Doug, just one break, so that's that's what he's telling himself. Just hold here. Ferrer love to have those 2 points, and now he only needs one. He needs one more point on the Nadal serve, and he's into the quarters. I mean, he was determined. My goodness, great playing from Nadal. I'm not sure that he wants to wear himself out like this when he's going to be serving for the match, but that's the way he's played all night. I guess why stop? And look at this effort from where he starts, well behind the baseline, trying to get to this hopeless case. Deuce. What a fighter, Nadal.
Oh, jeez. Forehand letting him down one more time.
How about the forehand return?
Well, that forehand has been absolutely outstanding for the entire match. It's at 22 winners off that side. Nadal's only hit 13.
It just seems that his timing is, he kind of cups that on the return. It's just amazing. Keeps it nice and flat. That's not going to be good enough. That might be. No. Ole, David Ferrer, you're into the quarterfinals with a win over the number 2 seed, Rafael Nadal, your Spanish pal. But it's your night tonight. David Ferrer, 3 hours and 28 minutes of match time, finishing at 10 minutes to 2 in the morning.